Is this thing on? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. All right, looks like we have audio. So without any further hesitation, let's jump right into it. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch, you tuned into another episode of Jose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch. And today we're playing Farming Simulator 25. We're on the base, one of the base game maps for Farming Simulator 25, the Riverbend Springs map. And I'd like to again welcome you to another episode of Farming Simulator 25 via base Jose 831 Gaming on Twitch. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. And without much further ado, we're kind of jumping right into it. I'm picking up somewhat from where we left off on the last episode. I don't know if we caught it on camera, but right at the end of the last episode of the series, we did purchase a new tractor that was on sale, and we'll cover that in just a moment. But what we were doing, we were in the process of finishing up the merging of fields. Get to the right screen here. Of fields, 7, 8, 6, 7, and 9, I should say. We plowed these fields, or at least we thought we did, but I went back and looked at the heads-up display here today, and it looks like we're still having some issues there. I'm still seeing crop types on this field, and I plowed through this field, but apparently it's still showing that we have, weirdly, potatoes on this field, and there was never any potatoes on any of these fields initially, but so I don't know what's happening there. So we're gonna try to plow through it again and see if we can get that crop state, that field state cleared, and it doesn't look like it's changing, so I'm not sure. Change the filters. No, it's still showing like we got potatoes on the field. So I don't know what the heck is up with that. But I have an idea if this continues. I have another idea I can do here. Because look, if we jump out of the tractor and stand here, it literally says crop type potatoes, fertilized 0%. While if I walk over here, it just says farmland 7, owned by you. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. There's more than one way to try to unglitch a glitch. And it seems to be glitching on me right now, so what I'm gonna try is we're gonna do a whole create fields situation here and see if that gives me what we're looking for. So let's go to our plow settings and set it to allow create fields. Go to plow, and now let's run through. And we'll run across and see if that changes things. It does not. All right. Well, I'm baffled. And it's still showing and saying potatoes. And you can see it there on the heads-up display. So that's a problem, guys. Right now, I'm on console. I don't know if I can clear it. If I was on PC, there's some other things I could do. I could actually go in and possibly edit some files, but I'm on console. I don't have that luxury or that ability to do so. So I may be stuck here. I can't clear that. So I'm out of ideas right now. Let me run back this way and see one more time. We're just gonna run through. Still keeping it on. Allow create fields. Alright, nothing's changed. Alright. Awesome. Allow back to limit to fields. Alright. Well, since we were going to come through and do stones anyway, run a stone picker on the field, let's go to the next stage and just, I'm not going to let this blow me up tonight. There's been a lot of that happening on the gaming side for me right now. Let's see. All right. Where's the plow? Oh. Okay, why don't I see the vehicle on the map? Okay. Bruh. I am on the struggle bus right now, man. Crop types. Why are these filters off? Okay, that was weird. I don't know when that happened. All right, so there's clearly some weird stuff happening here for me getting started. Let's return the plow. That's not doing any of what it should be doing. And let's go on to the next stage of the process and see if that resets this condition we are having right now. And I'm going to use a modded, unrealistic stone picker here because we want to get through this process quickly. And no other reason than that. So if it makes your head explode, I'm sorry about that, but that's what we're doing. Alright, so let's grab a stone picker here. We're gonna go out back to that field. Whoops. Alright. Yeah, I'm on that struggle bus. I was trying to get the lights turned on because we're running out of daylight time here, and I really need to get this process going. So I'm gonna head back over to the fields we were just working on. And I'm gonna run this stone picker on this field, which also has the benefit of resetting the field to a cultivated state, and see if that has an impact on what we're seeing with the whole field, thinking it has a potatoes crop planting on it. Again, because I don't even, when I last left and saved the game, that was not happening, and so I don't know why it decided to just start happening out of nowhere. So just to kind of humor me here, I try to see if this might change what's going on. I'm going to start here in the middle of the field where that graphic is showing on the field tools here with the potatoes, and we're going to see if we run through there if that changes anything. Nope. So I'm even wondering now if I plant it, and I hate to get that far, but the thing is still not reset. And I actually do plant another crop, if that's gonna change, or it's still gonna tell me I got potatoes here. I'm really afraid of that now. Yeah, because that makes no sense. I went ahead and activated AI worker here. Just let the worker run on that. And just while I do a little bit of thinking here, because I'm trying to understand what might cause that to happen. Because literally it's showing that brown you see right here, that's potato. It's just thinking, at least the game is thinking that there's potatoes here. And I don't understand it. I'm at a loss, man. All right. It really is just throwing me all the way off. Don't have the energy for broken game stuff right now. I don't know what else to do right now. Not really much else I can do. I mean, if the game is doing that, the game is doing it. I mean, I can't change the way the game works right now. I could just try to do some things and see if that changes the condition. But we've tried already once here. We're doing the stone picking, which is basically cultivating as well, and that's not changing it. So the next thing is going to be, and look, it's even showing. Well, that's because we got the picker going through there now, so that's why it's showing that cultivated state. But yeah. Yeah, but like I say, it's just messing with me right now, man. And even this guy, he's missing spots. I see a couple of spots he's missed already, and I'm gonna just let him run, and then I'll come back to him. But right there, at least you can see it on the heads-up display. But these is what it's showing there is a little small areas, but it's probably much larger when you look at it in actuality. But the fact that you can see it on the heads-up display kind of just shows you that it's large. It's a large spots. And the stone picker is not that fast as well, so that was the other aspect of why. And look at there, he's even stuff on that edge right there. It's just a little spot, but you can see it on the heads-up display. I can't zoom in any closer, but there's a little purple right there where my cursor is at, that on that elbow, that he kind of cut the corner a little bit short. So I'm gonna have to come back and address that. But I'm gonna let him do the headlands right here, and then I'll probably take control again and clean up a little bit of what he's missed so I don't forget it. Because that spot on that corner is easy to miss, but you can see it just barely, but I can see it. And I just don't want to forget that it's there if I move on to doing some other thing and then come back to it. But here's the filter that shows the stones, and you can see we got yellow stones and all over the field for the most part. A couple of blue stones here and there. Um, but mostly all yellow stones. I think if we go to the filters and we do deselect all and just turn on the stone filters, deselect all, and just turn on the stone filters here, you can see it's just all yellow stones. So with these other filters here, let's turn them all off here, and let's see what's going on here. Is you got some spots that are already showing as fertilized. That's the blue. We shouldn't have any weed on the field yet. Needs flying. Shouldn't see that. Needs lime. Okay. 6 is, well, 7 and 9 are showing that they need lime, but 6 is not. That's interesting. Needs rolling. Nope. Mulched. 6 is showing that it's mulched, but 7 and 9 are not. Yeah, so there's some weird stuff going on here. These fields should all be in the same state, but they're not. Once you plow a field, it should reset everything, but it's not working like that right now. That's again kind of throwing me off right now. If we deselect here and we see cultivated, and there's a good indicator there of what's going on with the stone picker. It's picking stones and cultivating at the same time. The plow filter is showing properly. Shouldn't see anything growing. Shouldn't see anything ready to harvested, remove foliage or withered here. They don't have anything planted here, at least, except for the mysterious ghost potatoes. But yeah, otherwise. And he's still missing little spots, man. I don't know what's up. Like, look, he just left another spot. 2 or 3 spots right there. Yeah, you can see it. Those actually showing the heads up. And he's leaving spots all over the place. Yeah, and again, cut the corner short, leave some spots. You can't make this stuff up, but and those spots are not showing up on the heads up. So what I'm gonna do real quick, because it's night, it's hard for me to see certain things, so I'm gonna touch up the ones that I can see right now before I let them finish mucking up this field. And a little picker, turn on some picker, and we'll clean up that corner. And then a couple of areas here that did not show in the HUD, but he clearly missed them. And there's a couple of other ones down here. I'm gonna just go right through it one more time. And we're down here on the bottom. All right, lower. those spots cleaned up. Lift it. All right. I think what I'm doing, I want to do a piece of this manually, man, and just kind of rock it. Turn the worker on here once I'm confident that I got a lot of this nonsense that he's missing cleaned up. Oops. But I gotta lower the plow before I can, the cultivator, the stone picker, excuse me, before I can do that, right? Yeah, and there's a whole okay situation right there where he missed a bunch of stuff over there. If we got it this time, though. And this is almost like plowing again. It's just a little slow process. And we don't, and while this is our first modded stone picker, we don't have the other one. I think it was by Matt Trucker 921. That also had faster operating speeds. And that one was available in Farming Simulator 22, but it hasn't made its way into Farming Simulator 25 as of yet. But Farming Simulator 25 is finally starting to hit its stride a little bit. There's a lot of mods being released now on a regular basis, so we're getting back in business now on the Farming Simulator side of things, which is awesome. And that on that mod conversation, there are a number of mods that have released recently, one of which being is the next map I'm going to be running a series on it, and the map that I was waiting for until it released, and then I was going to switch up and start a series on that map just like I did for Farming Simulator 22, and that's the Alma, Missouri map. That map has been released to the mod hub, and that is going to be my next series. I'm just right now trying to figure out when I'm going to end this Riverbend Springs series and start up on Alma. Right now, I didn't jump on it right away because I'm trying to wait, because I remember Celebuki was also working on some updates to the map, so I'm just trying to wait a little bit before we jump into it to see if we might need to sit on it a little bit to make sure we have the latest and greatest version of the map, and we don't have to start a series and end up restarting it because the updates to the map that caused us to have to create a new save game. So I'm saying that to say that now that Alma is out, I'm definitely going to have to look at an episode count and time frame for when I'm going to go ahead and end this current Riverbend Springs series and start up a fresh new series on the Alma, Missouri now. Alright, so now I'm just going to hire a worker and see if he can do a little bit of a better job than he was doing earlier. That we can't really. Now, why is he going there? We've already done that, brother. Yep. All right. So AI is officially stupid, so we're gonna have to be manually doing this one. It looks like through the whole project now. So whatever reason, stupid can't figure out where he's at on the field and what's done and what's not done. All right, let's see if I hire him here, if he gets it. But he goes back over there again. Okay, trying to see what you're doing, bud. That stupid thing again. Yeah. All right, this is gonna be one of those episodes I see already. Workers stupid and not wanting to cooperate. All right, so we gotta do it ourselves. We gotta do the whole Thanos thing on it. On the stone figure. That takes some of the fun out of it, doesn't it? Problem being because I can't basically fast stone pick through this field right now. You're stuck watching me knock this out, and I don't have a lot to dialogue about as we're doing it. So that's not a good thing. And it's going to take a little while. That means we're probably going to be doing stone picking for a whole episode, and that's not what I wanted to do tonight, primarily at least. That's basically what you're telling me here is a worker can't tell this difference between part of the field that the stones have been picked versus parts of the field that still have stones. But we'll try to get it done as quickly as we can. But at 10 or 11 miles an hour, it's going to take a while. And we've still got a whole other field to do. All right, we'll get that turned around properly. I don't know what I was thinking there. All right, and because of the somewhat odd shape of this field, we're um, going to have obviously have some issues with workers sensing this field, let alone it seems like they can't tell the difference between parts that have been picked and cultivated versus parts of the field that haven't. All right, don't have enough light ahead of me to see very well here. So plowing, cultivating, or stone picking in the dark. So it's kind of hard for me to keep a straight line. I say struggling with keeping that straight line, but still got quite a ways to go here, unfortunately. And the picker's getting close to capacity, so we may have to dump it or unload it here in just a bit as well. Now I'll take a peek at the heads-up display here in just a bit so I can get a idea where we're at. All right, let's look at the heads-up display. I want to make sure I'm lined up in the right spot here. And let's try to get this field finished up. It's already running, so we just got to line up and just go. All right, still on that struggle bus with keeping a straight line, but I'm trying my best here. All right, we're making slow but steady progress here on this field. But I still don't know yet if my issue with the potatoes showing on the field in the filters and on the field itself will clear when I plant wheat on this field. I certainly hope so. That's pretty much all I can do with it. It's got me a little worried now. My greatest struggle is going in straight lines. And again, the struggles continue with this whole straight line stuff. So making this job take a little longer. All right, let's take a peek at the heads up display here and see what we got going on. Okay, looks like we're close to finishing this field up. All right, a few more sections here and we'll be finally done. And we're also super close to having our picker here filled to capacity, so we're going to need to unload the stones at some point here soon as well. All right, think we're done. So let's hold up our stone picker, and then we'll make our way over to field 8. But we also need to unload our stones. We're going to do that first before we go over to field 8. Excuse me. Oh, let's take out a stop sign. Oops. Now let's see if I can unload or sell here, but I may not be able to do that because at this point I don't own the facility. Okay, it will let me unload. Good. All right, and we got paid $288 for the stones. Not bad, not great, but still positive revenue. Oh, we have a challenge. Can't go under that bridge, this piece of equipment, so we're gonna have to come around. And that was some beautiful driving there, wasn't there? Right into the ditch. And on this one, I'm just gonna turn the worker loose and then come back through and clean up whatever bits and bobs he leaves. So select hire AI worker. All right, and we need to look at our calendar here so we can kind of get an idea about planting windows. We're gonna do wheat on the big field for right now. Excuse me. And I'm trying to see where is that at here on the chart. They moved it down to the bottom inexplicably. I don't know why they don't. They got them all in alphabetical order except for wheat. But hey, oh, we're almost at the tail end of the planting window for yeah, for wheat. In fact, we're when October is done, we're done. So we gotta we're gonna do wheat on that field, and we gotta get it down now. And with that in consideration, we're gonna move things right along here. We're gonna fire up our new JCP Fast Track 8330. And put our newly purchased piece of equipment right to some work here. So next up, we need to get some lime down. So let's go here. I'm gonna reset the JCB to the shop. We're gonna go to the shop and we're gonna look at lime spreaders. In this case, and it would be under the category fertilizer spreaders. Axis 402 16500. All right. Just trying to think about how I want to do this. All right. It's 10,000 liters, 14,000 liters. 65, 10,000. Okay, 165. Star goes up to 16. All right, so let's just lease the burrito, K165. It does both lime, fertilizer and lime. Extension, yes. And we'll keep everything else to the default. We'll lease that. And let's bounce over to the shop. Get that engine fired up. So we're going to be doing night work on this farm. First, we're going to get our lime down. I guess we should turn the lights on. First, we're going to go to our main silo here and drop some lime. And then we'll get the rest of our lime from the shop. Send us back 4,700. Oh, oops. Let's go spread some lime. We're just gonna start out right where we hit it at. I think what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna do the headlands around the field, and then I'm gonna briefly turn the work on and see if he could finish up this job. All right, so we got a headland done, and I'm gonna come up here just a little bit and then hit the button for hiring a worker, and let's see how the worker does. Liming should be a little different than what we saw um, with the stone picker, but let's see. Okay, and I guess while we got those workers going, we could go ahead and work on making a delivery, or at least loading up the low loader with materials that we're going to need for our project to be delivered. And we still have the sawmill set right now to only produce these wood beam pallets. Okay, so we got our base stack going here, and we still got 3 more pallets, so we're not ready for a delivery just yet, but we're just getting the load set up to make a delivery. Well done. I don't know why, but like liftable pallets and stuff seemed like it was much easier to handle and control in 22 versus Farming Simulator 22 versus Farming Simulator 25, or maybe that's just me. And the camera does a lot more weird stuff now where you can't. Okay, I can't see where I need to be, and I can't rotate the camera properly. Yeah, because once it's out of sight, it's hard to tell what direction you need to move. All right, we got it now. So that's all for now. Let's jump back and keep an eye on keeping our 2 workers. See how they're doing. And they both seem to be doing well this time. right, our stone picker appears to believe he is done. So, I see 2 yellow spots there on the field. So, let's see what that's all about. Going the wrong direction, I see. Okay, that ran through, and that area seems to have picked up whatever was causing that one small spot of stones to appear. Let's see if we can get this other one sorted out. That did it. And now let's fold the picker up and go sell our stones. Okay, crash counter +1 there. Big time crash. Okay, we can't go under the bridge, so we gotta take a little bit of a detour here. Alright, let's see if we can sell our stones again. Good job, good job. And we got another $143 for our stone. I'm gonna take this little side road over to the main farm. And here we go. Got a stone pick right there. Come back to that in a bit, if need be. Alright, now we're just focusing on dropping lime on all of us. It looks like the worker is kind of doing double work right now, like he's going over stuff, parts of the field that we already have lime down on. I'm still trying to let the worker kind of do his own thing, but he seems to be wasting a lot of time and resources right now. So what we're gonna do, he's driving around in weird spaces now when this he should and could and should be already done. All right, we're out of line, and we still got some areas of the field here to finish up. So let's go grab some more lime. All right, so we ordered some more lime. That cost us $6,907. And let's go back and manually finish putting lime down on the merged fields, which I keep forgetting the numbers. So we're 679. Okay, where we're at on the line. Just about got this, well, most of this field done. There we go. I think it's all over the place here. This sprinter is somewhat hard to drive, at least precisely. Alright, we got a lamb done on field 6, 7, and 9. And we should put line down. We'll go ahead and reload before we go out to field 8. And there's your line. And I'm going to hire a worker again, and let's see how the worker does this time. All right, so we're just about ready to plant wheat if that's what we're going to do here. I don't know how I missed that altogether. But I want to use the JCB for my planting too, because it has more. That's our large tractor, and it has more horsepower than the other two that I have. And I just want to make sure I got the largest plow that I can pull with the equipment that I have, so we get planting done at a faster rate by using a larger plow. Excuse me, a larger planter, a seeder. I'm gonna wait till we finish here. I guess while that's going on, we can do a little shopping. At least looking in the shop to see what's is some ideas of what we might want to do. All right, so let's go look in winners. And we have this Vulture Momentum 24 mod, which is what I'm probably going to use for our planting, I think. It has a width of 11 meters. And we're going to do fertilizer at the same time as well. So to cut down on the equipment I'd have to rent. So that would be 109 grand when I'm ready for it. And I'm still just leasing everything. All right, so our line spreading operation is working okay. Just going through the process here. The worker has, as of yet, not done anything out of sorts, so that's good. All right, now we're coming up to the end of tonight's live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight. You've been tuned in to another episode of Bose 31 Gaming, live on Twitch, playing Farming Simulator 25, and we're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the 3 base game maps. Bose 31 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and so forth. Episodes of my Twitch live stream series are uploaded to my to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. Wherever it is that you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. That's the only way I can get better and provide you with the content you want to see is with your feedback. So every bit of it counts. All right, there were a couple of missed spots I thought I saw in the heads-up display, right? Yeah, right there. I see them. All right, and so that should do it. So we do have some leftover lime, and we just put that in our storage for the next time we need lime. We'll go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and lease that sear I showed you, and we're gonna put down our wheat. It looks like that might be happening off camera. As we reached the end of tonight's episode, and again, you've been tuned in to another episode of Bose 31 Gaming live on Twitch. And thank you for tuning in, checking me out. And I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night.